Time now for one of our favorite games, Hole in One or Four, in honor of D-Row's club championship this weekend. Now, you're not going to be playing at Sawgrass, right?
I wish.
Yeah.
No, had a nice round yesterday at Baltusrol.
There you go. Getting
Lower
prime.
course where Jack Nicklaus hit the 1-iron.
So if they agree with my statement, then it's a hole in one. If they disagree with it, it's a whoop.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's start with the Mariners and Rays. Hole in one or four. The race for the second wild card spot in the American League means nothing. Hole in one or four, Jayson Stark.
Oh, that's a 4 on every level. Not that it's that much easier to go through Toronto and Houston, but not that it's that much easier to go through Toronto and New York. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. But it matters. First of all, the number 1 seed is still in play for these teams. They're both a game back. The other thing is, Seattle has gotten beat up this year by Houston. It really matters for them.
Specifically in Houston, they've had all sorts of problems there. D-Row.
I agree with Jason to a certain point. I also agree to what he said kind of as we were in the hit and run segment. I think if you can set up your pitching, I don't think where your seeding's going to matter, right? You're gonna be in a tough spot no matter.
So hole in one or four.
I'll give you a hole in one on it just to be different.
All right.
I don't totally believe that in my heart because I would want to go through Cleveland and New York instead of Toronto and Houston.
All right. Speaking of New York.
But I want my pitching set up the way.
That's the important.
That would be the important thing for me.
Hole in one or four. The AL MVP race is over, and it belongs to Aaron Judge. D-Row.
This is a hole in one for me.
Yeah.
As great as Shohei has been, and listen, I get it. He is the best player, and it's not close. What Aaron Judge has done for the New York Yankees this year, he's got a chance to win the Triple Crown. He just tied Roger Maris. He's gonna break it potentially tonight. And if anybody watched the Yankees season cover to cover, he's basically leading off because they're trying to get him some pitches to hit because his lineup has deserted him pretty much the entire season. They were predicated on superb starting pitching early in the year, and Aaron Judge has basically carried this offense to the finish line.
Absolutely. This is a hole in one. I'm in awe of Shohei, but I know how my brethren in the baseball writers vote. They're going to vote for Aaron Judge.
Really?
It wouldn't shock me if it's unanimous. It shouldn't be.
Really?
It should be close. But
I don't know if it should be.
See, I would think your brethren would be
vote.
way more analytical in their decision making, and lean Ohtani might surprise.
Have you watched MLB Now?
Yeah.
Can't say I have actually.
That's not the common storyline.
I am working on my craft when that show is airing.
I'm playing video games when that's airing.
All right, I've watched.
Hey, Jayson Stark from The Athletic, of course, and The Athletic recently put out an article where they polled 200 major leaguers, right, Jason?
Yes, that's correct.
On various World Series Game 7 situations, and they picked the player who they would want. So, for instance, who do you want starting Game 7 of the World Series? Of those polled, almost 34% said, we want Jacob deGrom. Who do you want closing Game 7? Edwin Diaz. Who do you want at the plate with the World Series on the line? Almost 16% said Aaron Judge. And the most intimidating atmosphere, 43% said Yankee Stadium. I agree with that. There is something different about Yankee Stadium.
That's the one I don't agree with.
Really?
Really?
The new Yankee Stadium does not give you the butterflies that the old Yankee
I would
Stadium
agree with
No
that.
mystique, no aura.
I didn't feel it. Old Yankee Stadium, when those fans were leaning on top of you, I was like, oh my God.
See,
Mariano Rivera, I look up at my dad and he's like, oh son, you're in trouble. The new one, I felt like it was a cathedral to the game.
It's different. There's no doubt. But I would agree with that one. The 4 that I would call would be deGrom in Game 7. I go Scherzer. Like, not that there's a wrong answer.
So tonight you're pitching Scherzer. The way you would, if you're Buck,
sure.
the way you line it up, because he could have done it any way he wanted.
There's no wrong answer, but
Game on the line, you're handing it to Scherzer.
Max has been there and done it.
Is there another hitter you would want with the game on the line?
Freddie Freeman comes to mind. Mike Trout comes to mind.
Yeah,
but
I mean, Aaron Judge is certainly a worthy choice. Absolutely.
It's 2022.
I'm telling you, right? I got the jitters in Fenway Park a lot. I felt like that crowd, the Green Monster.
Look, when those Yankee fans are slamming and pounding the side of the wall there and making that racket, they're
playing third at Fenway. I felt like the fans were right next to me. I was like, eh.
Yeah. How about Toronto in October?
That's going to be fun.
You're on turf.
Dark horse.
You're on turf, though. It's not going to, All
right, last one here before we get out of here. A hole-in-one or 4. D-Row is going to win his club championship. You say that's
we
a
need
4.
new video. A much better swing than that. That is from like 18 years ago when I first started working here.
Oh, he likes it.
That was in 2015. That was with Matt Harvey at Liberty National during the World Series on an off day.
So what would it look like now?
Smoltzy and Millar. It's game's much tighter. No, I'm not going to win it. That is a 4. There's about 5 or 6 guys in my club that, I mean, basically rotate that parking spot. That's what you're playing for. There's
the parking spot.
Jeff Francoeur and
he's like with me.
Okay.
We'll finish like 7-8.
Well, good luck to you.
McCann's got a legit chance to win it. Soft hands.
Get some new video.
Would you need a hole-in-one to make this a hole-in-one?
I don't have one. I would love one.
Huh.
Come on.